Real Madrid just got outplayed, outclassed, and for the first time, it wasn't about having individual talent. It was about having no identity, and it's clear this team needs a system, and that's why I'm stepping in. Stepping in means that I'm going to make the changes that no one wants to make in that team, and it's for the better for Real Madrid because Real Madrid has to win the Champions League every year. So I'm looking back. I'm going to look to their squad, and we're going to rebuild it and bring in new signings that makes sense. So let's move on to it. So I have the Real Madrid first team in front of my eyes. So we're going to look at players after players to each position and we're going to rebuild them. And first major change, thank you, Carlo Ancelotti. You're one of the best coaches ever, but it's time for a revolution. I want someone who will bring in a new identity, a new way to play, something modern. And for me, the perfect opportunity right now, it's Xabi Alonso. He has proven it. He took a Bayer Leverkusen side who were fighting for relegation and he won a title and he's competing again another title this season. So I think it's the perfect time to bring in Xabi Alonso. So let's move into it. So for the goalkeepers, Xabi Alonso likes to have goalkeepers who can play a direct ball. He doesn't always insist on playing short, playing at the back, and we have the perfect players for that role. I don't think we need to buy someone who will fit in that Xabi Alonso system because the goalkeepers we have already fit. And of course, I'm talking about Thibaut Courtois, who's currently the best goalkeeper in the world. We have André Renin, who's probably one of the best backup goalkeepers also. He has proven that he can step up. So in terms of goalkeepers, I'm changing nothing. And we have the young Fran Gonzalez who can step in when needed also. So for goalkeepers, we'll move to it. So defenders, that's a tricky one because with Xabi Alonso, we're playing a new system. We're playing the 3-4-3 system. And Xabi Alonso likes to have a sort of center back, the main center back who's more like a leader, someone vocal, a Jonathan Tah type of player. His contract is running down this year, so it could be an opportunity for Real Madrid. We know that Real Madrid likes to buy free players, and he's a top player for Xabi Alonso. But I think we already have what we need, and also Xabi Alonso likes to have the left center back has to play like sort of a left back because he covers the wing backs who are really more offensive. So he has to be good on the ball. We want someone who's good on the ball, and the same for the right center back. So someone who has pace, someone who can recover for the wing back when they go up. So in that role, I think we have also perfect players. So let's look at the squad they have right now. So we have Dani Carvajal, Eder Militao, David Alaba, Lucas Vasquez, Vallejo, Fran Garcia, Rudiger, and Ferland Mendy. So my leader, someone who's vocal, someone who will be the main centre back of this team. We have Antonio Rudiger. And for the left centre back role, I think we'll play. David Alaba can play in that role. He's just came back from injury, but I think it's not enough. For me, when you're Real Madrid, you have to have best players at their positions. And I think we could go for someone who's even better for that Xabi Alonso system. And Real Madrid hasn't spent money for a long time, so why not going for one of the best left-footed centre-back in the world? And you know already who I'm talking about. I'm talking about Alessandro Bastoni. For me, I think Inter Milan will sell if there is a good offer. We know that they're always looking for money. If there is a great offer, of course they won't let their best center back leave. I know Real Madrid is interested in Piero Incapié. He could have fitted well because he already knows Xabi Alonso's system. He already knows what Xabi Alonso wants from his defenders. But again, I think it's maybe too early for Real Madrid. I think maybe he deserves like a next step to maybe like a Premier League club, maybe a team like Chelsea, for example. I don't think he's on Real Madrid level yet. So for me, that's why I went for the best in the world in that role, who's Alessandro Bastoni. For the right centre-back position, you have Eder Militao, who has revealed himself as a right back, so he knows how to play that role. He would fit in perfectly in that role, but he's currently injured. Uh, where I don't think I need to buy someone because I have Raul Asensio, who's revealed himself this season. He has also played right back this season. He honestly is a great defender for the future. I see him even taking over Rudiger in that main centre back role. He's can be a future leader for this team. So I'm building my team around also young defenders like him. So I would keep Raul Asensio as my starter in that back three. So for me it would be Bastoni, Rudiger, and Raul Asensio. You have Eder Militao, who can be a backup for Raul Asensio. You have David Alaba's backup for Bastoni. We have players like Carvajal who can play in that back three. So players like Vallejo would be sold. I think his contract is running up till this summer. So for him, I would sell him. So players like Ferland Mendy, Fran Garcia, and Lucas Vasquez would play up on the pitch as wing backs. So for the wing back role, it's also a tricky one because I currently don't see any Real Madrid fullback that can fit into this system, because Xabi Alonso wants wing back who are fully involved in the build-up. There is one who's more involved than the other one, a Grimaldo type of player, but you have wing backs who are really offensive. Like Frimpong almost plays like a right winger. So we need someone on the right who's really fast, who's explosive, who can bring also something in attack also. But you need also a Grimaldo type of player, someone who's maybe involved more in the build-up. And I don't see any profile that fits in this Xabi Alonso side, Real Madrid. So that's where I'm going to buy. For the Grimaldo role, someone who's more involved in the build-up, someone who can even cut in that midfield, who can play a little bit in that midfield. I think Real Madrid have found the perfect player for that role, and he's coming for free, and that's of course Trent Alexander-Arnold. Honestly, I think he would be a big blessing also in terms of offensive, in terms of creating chances. We have seen how Real Madrid have missed Toni Kroos this season, and having a player like Trent Alexander-Arnold is really a blessing for them. So my Grimaldo in that Real Madrid side will be Trent Alexander-Arnold. So we inverted the left for the right. So because Grimaldo plays at left and Trent would play at the right. And I think in that role also, his defensive issues would be more covered. They would go more unnoticed. So I think that's a perfect match for both of them. But we need a Frimpong. We need a left wing back who's really fast, someone who's going to do the runs, someone who's going to bring something more offensive. And I think Real Madrid had found the perfect profile for that role. But unfortunately, he extended his contract, and that's Alphonso Davies. So you have to find an alternative. There is Nuno Mendes actually at Paris Saint-Germain that I really like in that role. I think he's probably one of the best in the world right now. Probably the best in the world in that. No, there is DiMarco, who's really good too. He's one of the best in that role. I was watching his contract situation, but I think he's almost going to extend his contract. So, which means we have to turn to another option. I thought about Milos Kerkez, who's having a great season in the Premier League, probably top 3 best left backs in the league. I think it's too early for him maybe to move to Real Madrid. I think Real Madrid needs top players, especially in that demanding role. I don't want to do to take any risks. And a player like Fran Garcia, I see him developing in that role, but I think he's yet not good enough. So I want someone who will bring something right into the team. And I have found the perfect profile. I think Real Madrid can sign him for even a less fee, because they have 50% of the rights of the players. He has played at Real Madrid Castilla, and that's Miguel Gutierrez from Girona. I don't understand how he's still playing at Girona. He's revealed himself when Girona made that red season. He's also been Girona's best player when they played the Champions League. So I don't see why he's still at Girona. And it's not as if there is way too many left backs in the world that you can find a left back like that. So for me, I'm going for a Spanish player. I want to add more Spanish player in that team, and I want players who knows already the Real Madrid identity. So I'm bringing Miguel Gutierrez, who's more an hybrid of Alejandro Grimaldo and Jeremy Frimpong. So I think he can cover that left wing back position perfectly. So it means that for the wing back, I'm selling Ferland Mendy, and I'm keeping Fran Garcia and Lucas Vasquez as potential coverers, and also I'm keeping Dani Carvajal, of course, who's the captain of this team. Let's move to midfielders. For our midfielders, to have Jude Bellingham, Camavinga, Valverde, Luka Modric, Tchouaméni, Arda Güler, and Dani Ceballos. So for Modric's case, I think it would be wise to extend him maybe just 1 year again. He has shown this season that he's not completely at the end of his career. He's still going to retire soon, but I think he has maybe one more season in him, and I need players like Luka Modric. I need players who are top players. I need that experience also in the dressing room as also in his first season. So I don't think it would be wise to lose Luka Modric, because I'm not going to sign anyone in this midfield. So we have 1, 2, 3. We have like 8 players for 2 positions. I won't sign anyone, so the midfield is perfect. No, they have put Arda Güler in this midfield, who I think would play high on the pitch, but no problem. So for the left center midfielder, Xabi Alonso likes a midfielder who's left-footed, someone who opens the wide passing range, someone who will bring more of a Xhaka type of player, you know. And in this Real Madrid side, I think we have the perfect profile again. And for me, his last chance honestly at Real Madrid. I think it's time to give him full control of the midfield, to give him the starting role in this Real Madrid side. But if he doesn't reveal him, if he doesn't make a top season, for example, as what Vitinha is doing, what João Neves is doing, what Ryan Gravenberch is doing in the Premier League, then I think it will be time to move on and go for a different player. And that's Eduardo Camavinga. And I still have hopes in myself that he could really turn up if given the chance. On his side, we need someone who brings energy into this midfield, someone who can make the run, someone who's energetic. And we have the best player in that role in the world in this team, and we're going to use him, of course. That's Federico Valverde. That's like a Robert Andrich, but even a better player who also has that technical ability also. He can shoot from far. Honestly, he's one of the best in that role, and yeah, Real Madrid is blessed to have him. We will keep Tchouaméni as a backup, Luka Modric as a backup, and Dani Ceballos also as a backup. I think he's really a good player, and he's that type of squad player that you need. You can't only have players like Bellingham in that. You need also squad players who can bring something when you call them. So I think Dani Ceballos has to stay, and he kind of reminds me also of Ezequiel Palacios. I think they have a similar profile. So I think Xabi Alonso would even, use him in that midfield. So for Jude Bellingham and Arda Güler, they will play high up on the pitch. So let's move to the forwards. So in terms of forward, that's where we're going to make the choice, and you understand why. So we have Vini Jr., we have Mbappe, Rodrigo, Endrick, Brahim, and Arda Güler and Bellingham, as we said. In the 3 in front, we know that Xabi Alonso plays a midfielder there who's more like creative, someone who can make the runs in that number 10 position, and we have the perfect player, Jude Bellingham. I think he's one of the best in the world. I think he wants to play also high on the pitch. You can see this season he doesn't like his defensive role that much. He can bring something defensive also, which is helpful in that Real Madrid team, but he's even better offensively, and we're gonna use him in that role. So in that Jonas Hoffman role, we'll put Jude Bellingham. So which leaves us with 2 positions for Vini Jr., Kylian Mbappe, Rodrigo, Endrick, Brahim, and Güler. For Brahim and Güler, I think they would be serious candidates for that Wirtz. Honestly, I think they can play that role, and maybe they're not as good as Wirtz for now, but I think they have great potential. They can maybe be in the same debates, but I don't see Real Madrid selling Vini Jr., Mbappe, Rodrigo. I don't see them doing that. But as I said, choices have to be made. For me, Kylian Mbappe will start as a striker. I'll expect him to mature in that role, to know how to play in that role, and to finally accept that he's become a striker, because Don Perez has insisted that he wants Kylian Mbappe, he wants to build this attack around Kylian Mbappe. I don't think Real Madrid needed him, and with last season without him, they did well in the Champions League. Now with Mbappe, you know, you see how they're doing. So I don't think he was a necessity. I don't think Real Madrid, I don't think Kylian Mbappe is about play. I think he's even a great player, even one of the players that makes me think of Ronaldo, one of the young players that make me think about Ronaldo. You know, he has a serious potential, but he wasn't needed in that Ronaldo side. But okay, he has been bought. He's on contract for 4 years again. So he has been bought. He's on contract for 4 years. So we'll have to deal with him. Xabi Alonso likes to have a big guy who leads the line, like Victor Boniface or Patrick Schick, but he has also at sometimes played Nathan Taylor. He has played also Fernand Wild, so he can adapt for that striker position. I'm expecting Mbappe to play that role, especially in a new system. So Mbappe starts as my striker, and Endrick is his backup. So on the right we have Jude Bellingham, who's in that creative role, and we have Arda Güler as his backup. For the left, we have Vini Jr., Rodrigo, and we have Brahim Diaz. As I said, Brahim Diaz, I can see him playing that virtual perfectly. But we want someone who will do runs in behind, someone who can even interchange between Jude Bellingham, because what I did with the right side, I wanted to form a triangle with Valverde, Trent, and Bellingham. I think they can develop an understanding of football which can really cause problems in to many teams. But for that left-sided, I want a player with also technical ability, someone also who likes to play in that sort of wide area, but that number 10 role too. And for me, that's where my big choice is going to be made. I'm starting Rodrigo in that role. I believe it's time to give him the confidence, to give him everything he needs to play in his best role. I believe Rodrigo is a left winger. He's more like over a left winger, but he's also attracted to that number 10 role. I see him playing like Florian Wirtz, and I see him even doing better than Vini, because I'm still convinced that Rodrigo has a better potential than Vini Jr. But I know Vini Jr. would have played that role. But again, I don't see the understanding on the pitch between Vini Jr. and Kylian Mbappe. So choices have to be made. I can't say Mbappe since he's just been bought. But Vini Jr., we know that he has interest in Saudi Arabia. Teams like PSG also have shown interest in him. We know that he doesn't have the best relationship with fans in Spain. Maybe he wants to leave Europe. I don't know. Unfortunately, I will let Vini Jr. go. Not because of his football qualities, but because we want a team that makes sense. And we can't keep playing the 4 in front. I can bench Rodrigo again, but I don't, as I said, I don't see Vini Jr. and Mbappe understanding on the pitch. So that's it. My team will be Rodrigo, Bellingham, and Mbappe up front, and we're keeping the players, as I said, as backups. So this rebuild wasn't about transfers, it was about philosophy. And with Xabi Alonso at the helm, this Real Madrid side, it's not a collection of stars, it's a machine with purpose. So guys, let me know in the comments if you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you agree with all the comments I made. Is there any player that you would see fit in this Xabi Alonso setup? Is there any player that you would like to keep? Maybe we would keep Vini Jr. and you see Mbappe getting sold. Let me know how you will do, and I'll see you in the next one. Ciao, ciao.